All right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans. Um, what if I told you
Hmm. What a
that
start.
DJ Moore, one of the all-time clips in Waterboy history,
Okay.
DJ Moore,
Okay.
uh, has had this is his first ever winning season since before college at a bare minimum. Every team that he's been on, from Maryland to Carolina to the Bears, he has never once had a winning season until this year.
Yeah, that is something that I heard of, and I was just thinking, well, first, can we check where is he from? What high school division did he play in where he was negative in height? Like that to me was the most startling. He must have played in like the one of the most competitive high school.
He went to Imhotep
Give me the
Institute
state.
Charter, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's even stranger. Now I'm really
He went
confused.
12-2 in his senior season.
Okay,
So,
for the sake of it, let's pretend he went 2-12 that senior year. Okay. Regardless, we could say he's had two winning seasons since he was 14 years old.
yeah, sure.
Regardless, still, that blows. Like it. Did he transfer high schools? Is that listed anywhere? Like something. The high school negative win record is what I can't wrap my head around.
Well, I don't know if he uh I don't know if I think it's just through college. I don't know if it's related to high school.
I heard this back through
He
high
did not
school.
he did not transfer from that high school. He was always at the same high school.
Yeah, I think, when you think about that, you could say DJ Moore. I heard this clip recently. Tom Brady, it's kind of going around. He's like talking about like how a bunch of these young quarterbacks, they spend their entire high school, college so focused on physical traits and mechanics that they don't consider like mental aspects of the game. And like one thing he talked about was he said like handling adversity, which he was talking more in the sense like they draft some guy at your position in the NFL,
Yeah.
like they sign some like not necessarily losing adversity, I don't think, but even then, you could say DJ. Uh, would this make him the least diva wide receiver in the NFL?
I mean,
Uh,
especially considering
like
Steve Smith Sr. right next to him was like, I need to bench him. So he's
that's
just
still one
standing there.
of the most icon. And Cam Newton, they're like, I mean, you at least
You
wide
gotta
receiver,
do,
at least in the flex, Steve. Like Cam Newton's also shitting on DJ Moore in that clip. Uh,
let's look here. I'm trying to get his high school records right now. So
I
keep
I
going.
think we can say he is the least
Yeah,
diva
he
wide
he
receiver in the
he like
NFL.
won. It kind of seems like he won like every year in high school. Like they had a
And
winning record.
even he loved Justin Fields. They get rid of him. You don't hear a peep out of him, really. Okay, not he made it clear he didn't support them moving off of Justin Fields, but it's not like he's sitting out and like pulling an IUK on you or anything like that.
No, he's actively playing.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, he might be telling people I don't like how the quarterback situation is, but he still suits up and he blocks on that tunnel screen. Let me tell you, all right, he will block on that tunnel screen. He knows it's going for -1 yards. He'll still block. He knows
yeah,
it's an awful play call that will never work. He's still
he
blocking.
he he might in the huddle might be like, guys, what the fuck are we doing here? Like again, come
He's
on.
like looking over to Ben Johnson in the huddle, like, you did not just call that shit. I
This
know
is
you
like, dude,
didn't.
it's just gonna be like, this is my ninth screen in a row. I've gotten killed on every single one of them. Are we
Just
really
real
doing
quick
this
while we're
again?
on this topic, and I don't know if this was a thing in Los Angeles, but I heard under the Baltimore Ravens, Greg Roman did not allow Lamar Jackson to make checks at the line. So there's no can play, no audible play, not allowed to even half slide protection. Nope. You
I'm just
run the
trying to think
play
if
that
I've
he gave
heard
you.
if I've heard Herbert yelling anything at the line lately.
I'm literally trying to think. I'm trying to think in my head, and I can't. The fact that
I
I
don't know if I
cannot give
can.
you a
I don't know if I
confident
can.
answer is not a good sign.
Not great. No.
I should be able to know immediately if Herbert is making hella calls at the line or not, and I don't. So,
Yeah.
slight off topic there, but just on the topic of coaching malpractice. But DJ Moore, yeah, no, that's power to him. And the past couple of weeks, getting a little bit more involved with like the injuries, Odunze and stuff. Now they're all kind of back, and hey, he had a big game against the Packers. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also looking at this. Is it that bad for DJ Moore being on losing teams when he signed in $110 million contract with the Chicago Bears?
Money wise, no. But also, if I was a player and I just endured loss after loss after loss, year after year after year, I just like
it kind of be like Calvin Johnson.
But it takes so much of the
shit up at 29.
It takes so much of the fun. Like, look at Joe Burrow right now. Like, Joe Burrow's been hurt a lot, but also Joe Burrow and them have lost a lot. And he's just like, I'm not having fun right now.
Hearing the quotes of Joe Burrow just be like, I question whether or not I love what I do. It's like, okay, man. All right. Zach Taylor needed to go 3 years ago.
Every other coach in the AFC North got fired or let go.
I saw one tweet. I was like, do you think Zach Taylor has survivor's guilt being the only coach standing? Like, how that dude is still employed just proves the Bengals front office truly doesn't.
He's not making any staff changes.
Yeah, yeah. That was the other thing. It was someone
sure
else
that this is the right defensive staff?
Someone else should have got canned and didn't, and at least got by being I have fired every single assistant.
The one thing I will say that is interesting is the Vikings also have yet to make any staff changes when like a lot of Vikings fans were like, we need to fire the offensive line coach. There's offensive coordinators available that might help out Kevin O'Connell more than Wes Phillips has. Nothing has happened. Like, I would like to have Mike McDaniel over Wes Phillips, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would say right now, Mike McDaniel, it'll certainly be an OC position. What is he getting head coach interviews?
He's had a couple. I think the Browns have interviewed him. I think maybe the Ravens interviewed him or something, but he's got an offensive coordinator interview with the Bucs right now.
Now, if he
Lions,
if he went to the Cleveland Browns, Everett, that might be the emergence of Dylan Sampson.
Well, yeah, Quinshawn, I guess, is
power.
Yeah, he's also out for a long time.
For anyone, how Quinshawn works. The first 100 to 150 carries every single year, that's 100% Quinshawn. So the first 100 to 150 carries, you get peak, bulldozer, all I know is leave a stain, Quinshawn Judkins. At 151 carry and further, you get a 75% Quinshawn Judkins, and that percent continues deteriorating at an accelerated pace. Mm-hmm. So that will go from 75 to 68 the next game. You're like, wow, we lost 7% in 1 week.
If you had the wear and tear from the games,
perfect.
Everything's red after like week 2, maybe week 3.
Yeah, well, and at this rate, he averages like 50 carries a game. So that does line up after week 3. That's when he hits 100 carries on the season. Yeah. But, that's one thing I've just thought about. Coordinators moving, how that leads to offensive explosions.
I mean, we've seen a huge
look at the
Eagles. Look at the Eagles this year in the inverse. Eagles this year.
Well, theirs getting a little crappy, but I'm thinking some examples like you look at Jags this year with Liam Cohen. You look at Bucks last year with Liam Cohen. You look at Mike McDaniel at the start of that whole Dolphins run. Like, guys will just Raheem Mostert, for example, that 1 year. It's like, what the hell? He has 12 touchdowns on the guys can just boom in one season with a new, like JSN. Shout out Clint Kubiak. You're the reason JSN was JSN this year. Coordinators, they flip around quite easily. And then you see boom explosions from random skill dudes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we're pre-show is supposed to be a little more fun. We're talking a little too much football now, so I think it's a good transition into the episode. All right, without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 363.
Almost a year.
And we have the college football national championship to preview. We'll see how much talk that gets because the transfer portal is kind of popping right now. But also, uh, NFC, AFC divisional round weekend, making sure I have my titles correct. Okay.
Yep.
But in terms of matchups quickly in the NFL, great. Like, great.
Oh,
I
I
think
mean,
maybe the
fantastic.
Eagles being in there would have been a bit more interesting, I guess, but
Well, I mean,
ultimately it's fine. So,
well, no, I mean, I would rather have the 49ers than the Eagles right now, I think. And the 49ers Seahawks matchup will be good just because they've played each other so much, and that's when you're going to see good ball. I think the only team that's really
well,
like,
I think that can happen, but also highest likelihood of a shit show LSU Bama 9-3 football game.
I don't
Two
know,
divisional
the
teams.
Seahawks and 49ers,
Well,
like,
they play gross, yucky
yeah,
football.
but I mean, looking at all the teams, like my opinion is still like the team that came out of the Bears Packers game, whichever one of those. That is the the odd team out in this situation when it comes to expectations. I think from the general public. I mean, the general public would probably expect the Bears or the Packers to not do super well versus the Rams. So we'll see. But Broncos,
Like
Bills,
I
Patriots,
just feel like
Texans,
right
Seahawks,
now with
49ers,
how
Bears,
the
Rams.
Rams have been looking, just really shaky end of game situations. Uh, I'm I haven't done it yet. I haven't convinced myself of it yet, Everett, but I want to convince myself that Caleb Williams could do a Jaden Daniels and somehow win this game and make it to a championship game.
I am not going to be doing that.
I
will not be
haven't
doing that.
committed to that yet. I'm open to the possibility. And I'm wondering, do I take the Bears one more time? Or do I jump off the train? I don't know. I don't know.
I have not been on the train. I will not be getting on now.
Now, this is interesting. I'm not sure if you've seen the times for these games, but do you
I am
know
looking at them right now.
Now, look at the Sunday time slots.
Yeah, rather interesting
wow.
selections for that. I
Yeah.
don't really know why they're very abnormal.
You know, I will give you my opinion on the central time zone because I have your times. I get noon and 3:30. So I have your times. So I will give you a proper judgment on what's better, Central or Pacific for sports.
I think I have an idea.
For the NFL.
I think I have an idea what the answer will be.
I think in this scenario with no Sunday night football, it's going to be Central in a landslide. But
although I will say the one super nice thing about Sunday night football in the Central time zone is I like having something on.
Oh, when it yes, and
I
when
like
it ends,
having something on late. Eastern time, it's too late. Like then I'm like, all right, it's midnight. I'm trying to go to bed. Pacific time.
Like I was thinking, if you're Eastern, like you can't be a Dodger fan. You have to drop
Pacific time, it ends too early, and then I'm just sitting around for a couple hours. I'm like, all right, well, like, is there anything else I can watch sport wise?
You have
Central
a
time,
much easier time watching the Dodgers in Japan than New York regularly.
But like Central times, at least there's something throughout the entire day from more like beginning of the afternoon to like late evening, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean,
you get the whole coverage.
As a foothead myself, we're talking about soccer here. As a foothead myself, I'm very jealous when you get. I know you don't watch it, but like you could watch those 9 a.m. Premier League. You could. I know you don't.
I very much could.
And I'm very jealous
of
you.
I elect not to.
Yeah, no, very, very fair. But I am jealous of that. That is my.
I think we should just petition. Let's switch time zones around here. West Coast. Let's get rid of Pacific. Everything Central time. Everything Central time.
Oh! I thought you just meant like switch. So now Pacific is Central. You like teleport an hour actually.
Well, let's. And
then when you fly over Chicago, you actually like lose an hour and then regain them all back when you go a couple more miles.
Let's just make everything. If we could just take the Mountain time zone and apply that maybe to the West Coast, maybe that's a little bit easier of a transition.
Honestly,
1 hour difference.
We could lump them all together and then remove daylight saving. I think
then it's just really weird as you get more time as you go back, but it's all the same time.
It's really screwed up, and it'll be like pitch black at 2 p.m.
This is what the pre-show should have been, but there you go.
This was perfect. That was the greatest. That was the greatest non-football talk we've had on here, at least of the entire 2026 year. But back to Caleb Williams. I want to do it. Uh, my one thought about this game immediately is a disaster class quarterback performance. I feel like just watching the playoffs as a whole, Herbert had it, CJ had it. They're coming, which also makes me worried that the Darnold one is also
I
coming
I
soon.
I
Uh,
also will just say like Halfley, the DC of the Packers, obviously very good, but it's a significant issue when you're down the best player on your entire team. Like if Micah Parsons
oh
was in
yeah,
that
what the
game,
hell are you supposed
it
to
is
do?
a entirely different ball game.
Yeah,
Obviously,
and
the
I'll be
Rams,
honest, the day he tore his ACL, like I think I came out, I'm like,
yeah, not
done.
with,
No, you're
yeah,
not. I'm not
and it was
looking
still a
at them.
four-point game at the end of the day, and the Packers were kind of killing them for most of that game, and the Bears obviously came back, but that makes a huge difference for impact. Especially considering how mobile Caleb is. But the Rams, like I know Jared Verse hasn't been like the guy he was the other year, or like his rookie season. Uh, the Rams defense is night and day better than the Packers defense without Mike Parsons right
Oh,
now. And
100%.
the Rams offense, I mean, Sean McVay, it's a playoff game. I don't care what you've seen from the Rams up to they can score. They scored 34 points against the Panthers. It's night and day. The inconsistencies, whatever, like playoffs, they're still putting up a lot of points. So
Now, from our resident LA Rams fan in my life, hopefully you're listening right now, Duke. Duke has informed me that he believes the Rams are going to get shut out and lose this game.
is there a
Can
reason for
you
that?
offer? I could pull this up real quick.
I would like a
This is important.
reasoning behind that
This
because
is actually important. He told me he thinks they're going to get shelled. Okay. The Rams are going to lose 24-0 in the snow in Chicago. You heard it here first.
is it
This
because
is
the
my official
weather?
prediction. I hope McVay is preparing these guys, saying that this is the Eagles game again from last year and this is the hump. But I'm not sure. Did not get an exact answer
I mean, this is
as
what
to
I'll say.
why.
If the weather is an issue, the Rams have already played games in the cold this year. They've won those games, so I'm not super
And
concerned.
also, I'm just saying, like, if at this point right now in my NFL fandom and picking games, if I ever hear a stat that X team is blank and O undefeated in these circumstances, I just don't give a shit. I'm taking
It's
the
out
other
the
one.
window.
Like, I don't
Out the window.
care.
That
It
was the whole thing.
doesn't mean
The
anything.
Steelers were
That's what I'm
undefeated on
saying.
Monday night.
That
Or
like I don't care at
no, it doesn't
all.
matter.
Also the Bills undefeated on the road or never won on
Never
the
won on
road.
the road.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about those trends this
Um.
year.
Also, though, I will
And I
just say
think
like
Stafford has a history of losing in the snow, which I don't give a shit. That makes me feel even
uh
better about the Rams.
that I don't know. Like you need
I
to
think I
confirm
saw
that for
this.
me, but
Let me check.
I will just say, generally speaking, I would not be concerned about the Rams' ability to operate in the cold. Like, people have been playing in cold games for a while. Just because you play in a dome at
Okay,
home does not
Matthew
mean
Stafford is 1-9 in cold/snowy
snowy games.
conditions. One and
Have we
nine.
confirmed it's snowy conditions though?
It says cold, snowy, under 20
No,
degrees.
I'm saying this weekend.
Oh, that? No clue. But I think so based on how big of a storyline this is.
Well, it was last week too, and there's no snow during the game. They were posting pictures before the
I
game. No
also
snow.
think like against the Packers, it doesn't matter. Like
No, it's obviously that's just a North matchup there. Like you're gonna do it, but like Matthew Stafford, the Lions play inside, but he played in the cold for a really long time. Like that guy's not a guy I'm super concerned about. Sean McVay,
I'm surprised he's only played 10 snow games playing for the Lions for that long. That
snow.
was what surprised me more.
Well, yeah, but it's also like Minnesota was inside for most of that. Green Bay and Chicago, you're gonna play.
I just thought there'd be more. I
Yeah,
was just
but
kind of surprised. He's only played 10 snow games.
I'm
Like,
not necessarily, it can be cool as shit. And like, I mean, Minnesota has played in like -degree weather and there's been no snow. So like, it's up to,
yeah, no, it doesn't,
but,
doesn't always mean there's
um,
participation.
I,
Precipitation.
I am really not concerned. If this was the Dolphins, all right, then weather can play into it a little bit. I'm not concerned at all about the temperature or the weather, precipitation. I don't
You know,
I don't
on the
care.
flip side, have we ever tracked do cold quarterbacks struggle in the heat? Is it too hot? Have we ever tracked that?
We've tracked the Dolphins Stadium when the sun is like 110 degrees on the
Yeah,
sideline,
yes,
but
yes,
that's it.
yes.
I don't think we've tracked anything else. Um,
Some to workshop on an
but
intern.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
throwing that out there.
I just I'm not sure if the Bears get it done again. And like, there's a very large difference in coaching discrepancy between Sean McVay and where his team is at and where Matt LaFleur's team is at. There's a big difference between Jordan Love and Matthew Stafford. There's a big difference between Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams and whatever rotation of wide receivers the Packers have, right? There's a difference between Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. Then, I mean, probably negative overall compared to Josh Jacobs and
You know,
Emmanuel
it's
Wilson.
kind of the
But
same now that I think about that. The running back,
the
like
running
they
backs
are
may be the
kind of the
same,
same.
but
But
but defensively, massive difference. Defensive line for the Rams way better with the Packers not having Micah Parsons. The corners in the secondary, the Rams I would say are probably better than the Packers right now, but like that might be less of
this is
a
what I think. Like
thing.
Bears, I think it's kind of like throwback bland Diggs Cowboys defense where like they're jumping everything. They could get a pick. They could come up with a big PBU or you're scorch them for a 40-yard completion. You know, there's no in between. Like you either get
I agree
just
with that.
gashed
I agree
or
with that.
they're making a big
But
play.
I think with
And I don't think Stafford's the guy that you want to play risky with.
I also do think for the other side of that, Caleb, obviously he plays better when he's not in the pocket. When he's like got a guy literally
Yes.
in his face about
I
to kill him, he
swear
will play better.
when he rolls out, it's like taking a crow hop in
So
the outfield. He gets more velo on his
I
passes when he
I
gets a running
do I
start.
do think though the Rams are set up much better to play contain and to limit that movement and kind of catch him compared to where the Packers were at. Because like Rashawn Gary, great pass rusher, not super fast. Like
My thing
Luke
about him is like
Finesse,
he
similar.
needs a guy opposite.
And Micah
And
Parsons, if he was there, that's the guy that would have done it. Was hurt. Obviously, can't do that.
I'll be honest, I kind of love what Jeff Halfley was doing this year, moving Micah Parsons this is
Around
kind of
on
like
the
the
inside,
meta
yeah.
this year to move them over head up 2 point stance over the center and they do their crossover bullshit. That was like kind of the meta this year at the pass rush. And yeah, like in that scenario, Micah Parsons, it's like a half spy, half rush. You know, he has both responsibilities there.
But I think that the Rams have the personnel to like do that better. So like personally, just I can't not take the Rams in this situation. Like
Yeah, and
it
is there
is.
any stank of Ben Johnson getting embarrassed last year in the playoffs that could rehash itself here? Now, they're underdogs, so I mean, if they lose by a ton, I guess not embarrassing, but just some
I mean Ben
shitty
Johnson
offensive
from the
play.
way that it seems is he takes everything personally. So I yes, but
I think there's a chance that this dude may be the most chronically online coach out there, other than Lane Kiffin. Like he is aware of everything said about him. If not, he will come up with a fake thing you said to give him motivation. Like he seems psychotic, Everett.
yeah, I just and it's giving energy to the team for sure. But like
Oh yeah, no, and I think Caleb is like the ideal forget athlete human to respond to that type of leadership. I think Caleb loves that type of shit talking leadership. That's kind of how he is. Uh
yeah,
but yeah, I want to do the Bears but
I'm picking
no, we're
Rams.
going with the Rams primarily because I need to see Rams Seahawks again. I need that. Like that was just
Also,
it
O's the
boils.
mentalist has Rams making the Super Bowl. So
Have we tracked that? Is he
I've
correct
been
on
tracking
those
it. I've
in
been
the
tracking it.
past?
I don't know if he's done it in the past. This year was
He
Broncos
must
and
have done it.
Rams. So
When did he do
he
that?
did
Like
this like
week two?
week one of the season.
To have Broncos that early is very fucking impressive. O's very impressive.
This is
You might
like
be the
yeah,
wizard.
this is like
You might be the
preseason,
wizard.
yeah.
O's. But okay, yeah, that was Rams Bear. You know, we'll go reverse cron. Texans Patriots next.
Defensively, this is a horrific matchup. Like by horrific, I mean like I would be scared from the Patriots' perspective. The Texans' defense is absolutely disgusting. Uh,
I
we saw what they did to the Steelers. The offense and that offensive line for the Texans is really the question. Can CJ make plays? Can CJ run? I don't know. I
he
don't know.
well that I don't think that's a question because he physically can. He will never choose to do so anyway. So I don't think that's our question. I think in this game when I think to that Patriots Chargers game, Drake may had some stank. Okay,
Oh
he had
yeah.
some stank. But
I
I
mean, they
will
did
say
not win.
this:
It was a such a low scoring game for what
yeah,
you expect.
yucky. It wasn't enticing. And also, you brought this up. Will Campbell was getting
Yeah,
sunned
if that's
by
happening, what
Khalil
do you think's about
Mack.
to happen when Daniil Hunter or
Yeah, and
Will
if they want to
Anderson go
switch,
up against
great. You
you?
get Will Anderson, who used to whoop your ass back in the SEC. So, what do you want, Willie? What do you
Or for
want?
whatever reason, Sheldon Rankins is on the outside. Like,
I know Will Campbell's back, but I just don't think he's at 100%. And
clearly not.
like Trevion really isn't a factor without a healthy Will.
And
I can admit it. Ramondre looks better than Trevion.
look, I will also say, like, Drake May did a really good job of getting the ball out when, Will Campbell in general, he gets pushed back. He gets pushed back no matter what, but like there's a point where he stops and he castles
Yes,
and you
hunker
have the time,
down,
right? But right now that's not
anchor
happening.
down.
He's not
Sorry,
having any of that stop leverage. At least last week he did, and you
he's
probably
not
won't this
he's
week.
not stalemating
So
these edges. He's getting pushed, losing
when Drake
depth.
May is having a good time of getting the ball out, great. But now you have both sides closing it, most likely. That makes it so much harder to be able to get the ball out in time, especially considering the Texans corners compared to the Chargers corners, completely different. The secondary for the
And
Texans is,
I'll say that secondary. Hey, Kalen Bullock, USC guy. I'm biased. I'm a big fan.
yeah, you,
But Kalen Bullock back there with Stingley in front pressing and that pass rush and
you
Tommy
got
Togiai in
Lassiter
the
too in
middle.
there.
Like, I'm not saying that he's one of the best safeties in the NFL, but in that system, he looks like a top 10 safety in the NFL.
And pressure obviously helps with that. But
yes, and Stingley out there,
I
like him, Stingley and the pass rush, like dude, the safety is
just looking at this
tears of
line
joy.
here, this is a really good line, -3, because I would not feel good taking either way right now.
I think
Plus
it's a
or minus
perfect,
three. Perfect line.
perfectly
It
set
doesn't make
line.
me feel like Vegas is making you try to pick
No,
either
no, no,
way.
no, no. I think they're literally just like,
I
yeah,
think
no, no, no. The numbers spit this out, and that
I
is the
think
spread.
if
Pick
you
'em,
were to
boys.
have me just pick, I would take Texans +3. If I
I
just
am
had to
on
pick one or the other.
Texans money line on this one.
Yeah.
Give me Texans.
I do think like this is the other thing. Either of these teams can go and beat the winner of the Broncos Bills. Either of these teams can do it. I think that if the the Bills come out, the team that's
now
more
Nico Collins' health
he's got a concussion. So
got
he's
banged up.
probably I don't really know what degree of severity the concussion was. I haven't seen anything
He's
or
currently
heard
listed
anything.
as questionable. Let me check. Let me gander
Because
at the Bears
if it's a
Pete report.
bad concussion, he's probably out. But
Okay.
Jaden Higgins has looked pretty solid this season too in filling
Yeah.
in. So I'm
He
not.
has set, like, especially in recent weeks, he has really stepped it up. I will say this is classic Vrabel taking a page out of his old coach's playbook. Patriots signing Texans DN practice squad member to their team for the
I
week.
don't know if that's going to help you at all, guys. I don't
No,
think
no, no.
so.
I think it's more so like tell us some stunts. Like
I don't think that it matters.
no, 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 no. I don't really think it's going to make a difference.
But yeah, that's
but
the Belichickian
vintage Belichick.
way. Um,
I'm trying to
this is
see a practice squad report, and I can't.
I do think this matchup is very similar to Bills Jaguars, where I was like, either of these teams could be a Super Bowl team.
Okay, Nico Collins has not practiced all week.
Yeah, he's not playing. Makes me feel a little bit more better towards the Patriots, but it's just like I'm not concerned about Drake May. I'm not concerned about Drake May. I'm concerned about the
I'll be honest, I
offense.
am a little bit,
but I'm
because of the O line.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not concerned individually about Drake May. I'm concerned about him by the impact of the offensive line. And the thing though is, how good is the Texans offense going to be? defense night and day. You could control and limit the Patriots offense considering what we looked at with the Chargers, but if the Texans offense can't score at all, it doesn't
Everett,
matter.
there's at least a 10% chance that the highest scoring unit in this football game is the Texans defense. Like at least a 15% chance. I'm pretty sure last week
very possible
they were the highest scoring unit on the team. I think they had 3 touchdowns.
Two or three.
Turnovers.
I'm pretty sure they had at least 2.
Even if it was 2, they would have been the highest scoring unit on the team.
Yeah. And that's concerning to me. I don't think the Patriots are going to be making the same. The Patriots offense and Steelers offense are very different things. And I don't think that that's necessarily going to, their ability to get points on defense will contribute the same way.
Well, I think the Patriots are very prone to a bad, awful Carson Beck. Like Drake May made some awful turnovers against my team.
I know. But just remember the week before that, you're talking about how Drake May is one of those guys you sit there and you watch like every pass is going to be complete.
Oh, yeah, no. Hey, that second half of the game, third and fourth quarter, I'm not lying. Every single time he dropped back on third down, you just assumed it was a completion. Every single time. And like, because of that, like, I'm not all in on the Texans right now. I will just say that
I'm getting a massive fraud alert right now. Like a massive
really
fraud
loud.
Alert.
I heard that. I heard 2 wee-woos
They're
right
still
there.
going. They're still going.
I got a full wee-woo.
When you say that, makes me think of the SpongeBob, like
yeah, that is what I was imagining there in my head. But
look, I'll just say this: this game comes down to: do I feel better about the Texans' ability on offense or the Patriots' ability on offense? Looking at the defensive matchups, because the defensive matchups are going to play the most game. I think I feel better about the Texans offense figuring it out versus the Patriots defense than I do about the Patriots offense versus the Texans defense.
It's just kind of crazy to say. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that like Texans are the number 1 defense.
Yeah.
I think they are number 1. Seahawks are 2, 3 through 10. We could fight that out, boys.
When we have a middling offense, but a number 1, number 2 defense, those teams make it very far in the playoff run. They might not make the Super Bowl, but they're right there. They're always right there.
It is for Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Those are my big factors in this one.
I'm going to go reluctantly. I'm going with the Texans. I would love to see the Patriots win it. I'd love to see both teams win, but
would you love to see the Patriots? Just think about what you said and what that could lead to one day soon. Are you sure?
You're getting Mahomes flashbacks right now. We're getting Mahomes flashbacks.
You sure about that?
No, but I think that it's a cool little it's a cool thing to see a team that was not good last year being good this year, and that's more so why I wanted to see them win. And I like to see Drake May because it's cool to see a quarterback in the second year doing so well like that. Also, I mean, the Vikings really wanted him, and now it's a little PTSD. I'm like, this could have been me. So live vicariously.
Hey, that's how Bears fans felt about Patrick Mahomes when they had Mitch.
Well, no, that was them being an idiot. They could have gotten Mahomes. They drafted Trubisky. We couldn't have drafted.
Oh, very good point.
We tried to trade up. We got denied.
Very good point.
Very different situations.
Very good point.
I'm going with Texans. You're going to go with.
Yeah, I'm also taking Texans here. Money line. Give me them.
All right.
Keeper 3.5, Vegas. We could do Niners, Seahawks really quick. Yeah. I don't know how, but the Niners are covering this. I don't know how, but they are.
I am concerned.
That last game, that Niners offense.
I said this before.
Half a heartbeat.
Look, like Sam Darnold proved me a little bit wrong last year. Obviously, he kind of shat the bed the last week of the season to lock down the division and the 1 seed, and then shat the bed in the playoffs. This year, he actually did come out and he balled out and got the 1 seed. I don't know. Buys are always weird, and Sam Darnold in division, I don't know how I feel. I really don't know how I feel. I know the Seahawks played well against the Niners.
My whole thing is the Seahawks have shown an ability to win despite Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold. They
No,
have
I
shown
know.
games where he
The
throws
defense
multiple
is really
picks.
good.
Like that that Seattle
I
defense
look,
ever.
I,
Oh
I
my
will say
goodness.
this.
Oh my goodness.
I will say this. Um, I think the 49ers are too hurt right now.
I My issue though is I've been saying that for the
And
past
they've
3
won.
months and they don't give a shit about your
I
injuries.
will
So
also
like
say Kyle Shanahan in the playoffs, it's like Sean McVay. They just figure it the fuck out. It happens and it works. So just it's a weird it's a everything out the window. It's a divisional matchup.
of course. I'm really questioning how the Niners are going to be able to move the ball on their defense. Like I'm just trying to think of it like
CMC. It's just CMC.
but like through the pass because like he's not going
Kittle's
to be
also
gashing in the
gone
run.
too now. Yeah, you got to go. Kittle being gone is really hard for the run game. Tonjes, he can pick it up, but it's not George Kittle. Ricky Pearsall was out last week. I know Juwan Jennings has been really good, but like you can't draw up that shit that they did last week again.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Juwan Jennings, I think is
Brock Purdy
having
also
a
like
crazy year.
another one of those guys. You're like he's going to complete every pass he makes, but like then you look at the Seahawks offense versus the 49ers defense right now. And the 49ers defense got a lot of pressure on the Eagles last week. I don't know if you do that versus the Seahawks because the Seahawks have such a change of pace situation.
I've also seen Seattle, they've really been working Sharbs into this mix with Kenneth Walker. And like, sometimes it's a little difficult, just pound the rock. And the best way to do that is showing the defense multiple looks. Yeah. And they're getting Charbonnet some more efficient carries for 4, 5, 6 yards. I will also say
this. I think if the Seahawks and Rams make it to the next round, the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. If the Seahawks and Bears go to the next round, the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. If the 49ers and Bears go to the next round, the Bears are going to the Super Bowl. I don't think in any scenario the 49ers go to the Super Bowl right now. And I do not want to see the Bears.
I don't know if the Bears can make it to the Super Bowl.
I think the only way they do is if they play the 49ers.
Sure. I just don't think that's a possibility.
Well, then you're saying the Seahawks are going to win.
No, I know. I'm going to stick by it, though. I'm going to take Niners +7.
I would do that, too. It's a divisional game. It's in the playoffs.
I don't know how they're going to cover, but...
I mean, nobody thought they'd beat... I mean, I think I said last week that they're going to beat the Eagles. I think I took the 49ers and you took the Eagles.
I know I took the Eagles, so...
But... the general public were definitely not on the 49ers winning that game. So
you all say this might be my interesting stat of this matchup. The San Francisco 49ers offense, they are first in the NFL in third down conversion percentage. They convert 49.8% of third down. They're almost at half.
Yeah.
It may just be as simple as winning third down. That third down battle. Maybe a simple stat like that.
I feel like they have a lot of short to mid third down. Like it's never third.
Kittle to
yeah, it's never third and long, and they just slant, RPO, slant. Like we get that.
I feel like it's a ton of Kittle work there on those third downs.
Tonjes can make up for some of that. Like he's done a very good job filling in, so I'm not going to necessarily be like blocking's a little bit of a different story. I cannot knock the Sam Darnold stuff, and I think part of that is me being like, if we let Sam Darnold walk and he makes the Super Bowl the next year, I'm going to be so mad. Fair, but I'm going to take the Seahawks defensively. You said it. Like even if the Seahawks offense isn't going well,
they can win despite Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold.
And it's the same thing with the Texans. Texans defense makes up for offensive inefficiencies. So
yeah. And it creates short fields. It directly leads to points.
And I mean, that home field advantage is significant. It's less so with the 49ers because, I mean, they're so close. Yeah. The 49ers fans will travel and they play there before.
49, they're one of the most hated teams in the It's never nice when they go on the road. Okay?
I will not be surprised if the 49ers win this game. I will not be surprised if they win this game.
I think I'd be surprised.
I do think the Seahawks will win.
I think I'd be surprised. I think I would be. I would be surprised. But okay, last
Broncos
one. Bills. Game of the week. First game on Saturday because of course, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like who is the guy at CBS or actually no, it wouldn't be them. Who's the guy at Fox who took Niners Seahawks over Bills? Who is that guy? Who are you? Reveal yourself. But
You think they
Bills
have a lottery
Broncos.
draft in the selection of which times they get?
Bills Broncos, I'm very excited for this one. I think this is just true for the remaining fields. The Bills have a QB gap in every single game they play.
This is arguably the most significant quarterback gap of every team remaining.
Yes, and I'm looking at the Bills offense. Other than passing yards per game, ironically, they are top 5 in everything else: total yards, rushing yards, points, third down percentage. And if there was one stat that the Bills can casually just turn up in a playoff game, it would be passing yards.
Now, I will just say for the Bills, it obviously is significant. Like, you're down receivers right now. Like, Cave Davis and Shavers both done for the year. So that makes a sizable impact, especially when you're playing a defense that is very, very, very good with a secondary that is very, very, very good. Obviously, it being in Mile High, this is like their first playoff game I think they've hosted since Peyton was there.
Have we ever considered the velo on Josh Allen's passes in Mile High?
No, I don't think we have considered that. That makes a huge difference too. That makes a very big difference.
Just want to think about it. Just point it out.
I do think this is a really good matchup, offense versus defense. Like it they equate very well. And then it comes down to star players. You know who's got the best star power here. And as Grant tries to kill a fly,
there's a fly just
chilling.
He wants the insight. All right, that little shithead needs to know. All right.
I mean, like, this is Josh's year. Like, this is the year to do it. If you can't beat the Broncos, you're not fucking beating the Texans next round or the Patriots. Like, it's not going to happen. I also do think an interesting wrinkle is, like, Sean McDermott.
We need Buffalo Patriots.
Sean McDermott.
We need that.
Is not out of the woodworks right now.
Dude, Sean McDermott is like the biggest phony pretender still have a job in this league.
Potentially, if they lose, he might be out in Buffalo.
Like, I'd hope so.
So this is a big, like, I know Sean Payton obviously wins the coaching matchup in that scenario, but like 100%. Sean McDermott has a fuck ton on the line right now. There's a lot on the line for Sean McDermott.
That is very true. But my question follow up to that is, will he rise to that occasion, or will he crumble under
Joe
pressure?
Brady will rise to that occasion. I don't know what Sean McDermott's doing over there, but Joe Brady and Josh Allen, I do think, and it's just like, this is kind of the counter to the Texans and Patriots. We were talking about how the Texans defense is so good. We question what that Patriots offense will do, right? And the Texans offense, we think we could be able to do a little bit more versus the Patriots defense. The Bills and Broncos. The Broncos offense, I don't know how much they're going to move on the Bills defense. Like, there is still a significant, like, I know their offensive line is really good. There's still significant questions there for the Broncos offensive efficiency when it comes to, like, general games. And having a bye, we always talk about having a bye might be a problem for teams. The Bills, it is all Josh Allen all day, every day, and it's James Cook. And this week is not like last week with the Jaguars. I know the Broncos are a very good defense. Last week, it was Jacksonville's the number one rush defense in the NFL. Broncos are not the number one rush defense in the NFL. You're going to be able to get a little bit more.
Do you know what they are, though?
I'm pretty sure they're probably still top 5, but I don't know.
They are the number 2 rush defense in the NFL.
It could be a sizable gap, though. They could still be
I think it's about
gap.
An 18-yard gap. That's how good the Jags were.
That is very, very different when it
That's
comes
how
to
good the
Cook,
Jags
though.
were, guys. They were crazy.
Different. That is very different.
I think, though, like, you bring up the stat makes you think you want to pick Broncos. I think Bills can win despite that. I think Bills can win. James Cook can put up 40 yards on 20 carries.
My whole point is that the Bills offense, in the same way we're talking about Texans and Patriots, obviously the Broncos defense is really good, but I think the Bills offense can overcome.
How do you stop a 10-yard QB sneak?
Grant, you don't.
Exactly, Everett. You don't.
Actually, it's Sean Payton. He's going to go for the knees.
You got to bounty gate. You got to bounty gate that shit. That's how you get it out.
Yeah, that's how.
Bounty gate.
I'm gonna
double headshot same time.
You know the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's Leo going like he's whistling, pointing, like snapping and pointing.
Yeah, of course.
Thing.
Yes.
So when I start seeing the Broncos go for knees, That's what I'm doing at the TV. I'm like, hey, I'm
Just for
watching you.
future reference, you could just say Leo meme and snap
Pointing
twice, and
me.
I know
I got
immediately.
that.
You
I
know,
was
yeah.
trying to contextualize it for listeners, not watchers. You know, you got to do a little
But
bit
I
of
think
like,
that sums up perfect. Like, I
yeah.
don't think I know anyone who doesn't know that meme.
I don't know.
One of the simplest memes to understand in context.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the
I'm
Bills
taking
here.
Bills. I'll take Bills.
Uh, it's Josh Allen. And hey, your favorite nickname. Just wait for Bo Picks, folks. It's
He's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
The weekend. I see
Just
it
an
coming.
atrocious interception, just directly into the hands of Joey Bosa for some reason dropping into coverage. And it's just like, all right.
Or Trey White, Tre'Davious White last week. Tip that thing, pick, game's over. Right there.
It's like the Bills in moments they come away with a stop over the
Broncos.
Broncos are scoring 21 in this game. At least they
it's
are.
also just like the Broncos in general. Like, yeah, they're 14-3, but looking down the stretch here, where they have this massive kind of win
tight wins
going on here. Like, I know I'm trying to like ESPN always confuses me. I don't know which direction this goes. And did they play you guys week one or last final week of the season?
Final week of the season.
Okay, so like they lost to the Jaguars, but like looking down the stretch, Bengals, Eagles, Jets.
Well, I want to say this: like Eagles 4-point win, Jets 2-point win, Giants 1-point win. That was the famous fourth quarter most points ever. Texans 3-point win, Raiders at home 3-point win, 10-7. How? What? How? How do you only score 10 against them?
I will just say, like, you win games. Doesn't matter how you do it. It could be dirty. You win games. Winning games is winning games. But
fair.
It does catch up to you at one point as somebody who has won. I think it was 2 years ago. We had the most ever one-score game wins in the season, and we immediately lost in the first.
That's what I'm thinking of right now. Broncos, they just fit that mold of an upset.
And I think that's also way more. If you just look at this, it's way more on their offense than is their defense. Their defense is putting in work. The offense is
the Broncos. That's like. Since Dobbins got hurt, Harvey's looked good in spots. He's looked really good in the red zone, getting a lot of usage there. Harvey's not quite your bell cow. Give me 20 carries, I'll give you 85 yards today type of back.
He's a receiver.
Yeah. It's like you got to get him out. Like you got to create space for him. So like that's gonna be a big
also,
part of this
Ed
game.
Ingram got activated. Ed Ingram's coming back for the Bills.
For who?
The Bills.
Oh, yikes. Okay, so that knocks them, right? I have this correct. You hate Ed Ingram, correct?
Oh, no, not Ed Ingram. Ed Oliver.
Oh, wow.
Ed Ingram's start. Ed Ingram is on the Texans offensive line, but he's actually doing really well this year. That's why we have questions about the Vikings offensive line.
Everett, so you're telling me guard you can casually just find?
That's a coaching issue.
Interesting to point out. But all right, we'll wrap up quickly.
He was also traded on a rookie contract, but yeah.
Wrap up quickly with a college football national championship. I want to talk about the football game itself, but like I can't because every 10 minutes on my phone I get a notification that a new guy has committed to Indiana out of the transfer portal.
We're just gonna say 2 words on the championship.
Difficult for me to think about football.
Indiana is set up to score a lot of points in this game. Miami obviously has the defensive line to hopefully stifle the Miami or the Indiana offense a little bit. Miami's been the underdog quite literally every single game, I think, going through this year. They're playing at home. We're waiting for the Carson Beck Sid moment.
Wait, who's been the underdog?
Miami has been the underdog.
Yes, yeah. I thought you were
saying maybe I misspoke. I meant Miami, not Indiana. We're waiting for the Carson Beck Sid moment to come through when he throws picks. He hasn't really done it yet. Obviously, like I said, it's at home. You get that kind of home field advantage to a degree. Don't know how much it's going to matter. This is just the cherry on top for Indiana. Like, I think they've beaten better teams than Miami this year and in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so too. I do think though right now Miami is the second best team in college, and I think that's fair to say.
Considering who they played and beat in the playoffs, yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. Like considering what they've just done, how are they right now? Yeah, they are definitely the second best team in college
I mean,
football.
they have proven us wrong at every corner. Like they can make this a tight game. They have somehow found a way to make every game very competitive. For the
But then they're just going to give Mendoza like the greatest moment in college football history when he leads them to it. I mean, I'm just saying this right now. I'm not going to repeat this shit because like I haven't really processed it. But like Indiana wins this game, it is the greatest college football season of all time. There will be the only team ever to be 16-0. So that's one. Second, conference championship win. That's great. You know what's also important? A Heisman winner in the Natty year. Whoa, how many times have we seen that? We don't see that very often. Heisman and Natty in the same year. I think in recent memory, you have Burrow, you have Derrick Henry, you have Jameis, and
you got to go back to BCS.
Tim Tebow never won it in the same year, so Tebow doesn't count. So Cam Newton, that's the last one. All right, it's a pretty goated, legendary list of guys who have done that. And Mendoza's about to do it, but also they're going to be the only team ever 16-0.
And I honestly think
they're going to have the greatest season in college football.
What is more motivating, Indiana to go 16-0 or Miami to make them have a loss and stop them from going 16-0?
Which team has more bulletin?
What is more motivating to Miami to make them
way more motivating to Indiana to win this than it is for Miami?
I think that's all you really need to say.
Team wide. I would, individual. Nah, Mendoza has the most on the line here. He has more on the line than Beck. If Beck wins this game, does that necessarily equal NFL success? No. Mendoza goats in this shit. Gold jacket. I'll accept it. Raiders are going to own the Chargers for the next decade. Like, all right.
Okay, Grant, let's talk about the transfer portal a little bit here. Biggest news of the day, Dante Moore is going back.
Well, Ohio State landed Baylor transfer portal kicker. I fell to my knees when I saw that, literally screamed like, praise the Lord. That one song, literally that was going through my head. It was like, we made it, bum, 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 everything going through my head. I like rewatched the Yoshi final out in the World Series. Just like I had to bring all the good vibes after that. But no, Dante Moore
getting apparently 8 figures to return to Oregon.
Yeah, that is true.
Now before I knew that
is so much money.
I knew that, I was sitting there.
And it's just 1 year.
Yeah, but before I knew that, I was sitting there. I was like, your agent is telling you you're going to be a top pick in the first round.
The fly came back when we started talking about Dante Moore.
Listen here. But this year's quarterback class is way worse than next year's. There's less competition to be a top pick. You get your NFL bag. You're going to go to the New York Jets. Class. And then he's like, I'm going to the New York Jets. But no,
guys, guess what? The New York Jets will probably still be taking you the year after when they have the second pick.
The Jets aren't really like, you got Garrett Wilson, you're gonna have Breece Hall, like you have weapons like Trinidad.
If you can get past Brick, it's not that bad.
Trinidad Chambliss goes there, he'll be able to probably be fine. I wouldn't.
I'm all in on Trinidad Garrett if that happens.
But like my point, you're getting told all this stuff. It's crazy to you. Then and also not to mention going back. There's historically you're like there's risk. Look at Drew Aller, injury. You're less productive, something that knocks your stock, or like you're completely screwed because you're now hurt. You can't get drafted as high because you have an ACL injury or something, right?
Sure.
Then I saw he was getting 8 figures, and I was like, that's why. That's why you go back. That's why you go back.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be honest. To eight figures to go back. All right. Okay, Phil. All right. You may have me inked for life. Everything I do is for Nike. After you give me 10 mil as a 21-year-old.
The funny part of all of it is that Dylan Raiola committed there like 3 days
that's
ago.
what I wanted to bring up. That I think this is going to be quite an easy suggestion, but over under 60.5 hours till he's back.
It's like his 9th team in
I
8
don't think
years
it's
or
that
something.
many. I don't think it's 9 teams. That's
It's
Bear
high.
Alexander. That's Bear Alexander.
Well, I'm dating back to high school,
Well,
like flip flop, flip flop, and
Bear
the high school. But I'm
Alexander
saying,
new
and the
high
high schools
school every
themselves,
year.
the high schools and the commits that he kept flipping in
Oh,
college.
actually, that is 100% true. That
That's
is
what I'm
true
saying. Like it's like 9.
because he went to
Uh,
multiple high schools.
I don't know who Nebraska's quarterback, if they even got one in the portal yet. I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes back, which is really funny for the
Talk
locker
about
room.
a shitty 2 months for Matt Rule. Okay, he was about to be like Penn State head coach apparently, and then now Dylan Raiola, who was like his prize project, just dipped.
Don't worry, isn't there the other Rayola, or did he not commit? I thought there was two of
Little
them.
Rail, I don't think Little Rail is it.
Um, but yeah, I don't know if they have a quarterback. I'm curious though, like if Rayola were to re-enter the portal, obviously he's got like a significant injury he's coming back from, but there are like quarterback needy teams that
There was a rumor
would go
that
after
he
him.
is planning on medical redshirting next year, which
Which I
I
wouldn't really be
highly doubt,
surprised.
to be
I,
honest.
I, I
But
wouldn't be surprised if I mean it's a significant enough injury you're gonna miss a decent amount of the season. And the class, like it's gonna delay your class so you can decide what class you want to go in for the draft. So I could see it. Um, but just an interesting wrinkle. The other thing though that I saw, and you'll have to let me know what you think. Justice Haynes, Georgia Tech.
that, yeah, no, that I like don't. I was just like, wow. Okay.
I love Brent Key, but they also just
Surprised,
lost their
real.
OC, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah, no, I wish I like want to like dunk on Michigan here, but I'm kind of just like, yeah, I don't even like know how to roast you guys because I can't explain why he'd ever select Georgia Tech over. So like, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy he doesn't play for Michigan. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I'm really happy, but I don't really know what to think.
I also don't. Maybe Kyle Whittingham has some problem that he didn't like. Like I don't. Maybe he just didn't want to be there.
I don't think that's it. I just don't. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, just really, really weird.
that one also puzzled me. I was also like, really?
But those are.
Is he sure about that? Like,
those I would say are the three
are we
biggest.
sure that's a real thing, guys?
Yeah, those are the three biggest portal acquisitions: the Ohio State kicker, Justice Haynes, and
I don't know if I brought up the Ohio State package from Bama last episode. Did I?
oh,
No, I did. Okay, got two
maybe
big
that
time
would've been
commits
interesting,
from Bama. Package deal. Big time gets. Big time gets. And
that was like the
right
first
now, Ohio
real
State's
action you guys got in the portal too.
yeah. That was the first action that they made. I will say though, seeing a couple of guys go over to Ohio State, former 5-star receivers, both going to Notre Dame. I want to say to Quincy Porter and Mylan Graham, I congratulate you guys on your 550 yards per season while at Notre Dame, and eventually out of the NFL in 2 years when you get drafted in the 6th round out of Notre Dame. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Live it up in South Bend. But we're seeing some crazy stuff in the portal. We're seeing a lot of crazy things in the sport. One thing that crossed my page today, which I was like, wow, that doesn't seem like something this organization would do, but the NCAA and college basketball has effective this season. The transfer portal will not open until after the national championship game has finished. Wait, you're telling me the NCAA could make a change that actually benefit? Whoa, I didn't know they
very
could do
good
that.
for like a test run for college football.
Yeah, and like it's.
However, it is a little. I will just say it's a little weird the difference because basketball technically finishes towards like the end of a semester anyway.
That's what I was just thinking.
So it's a little tough because college football really runs and the natty.
But they used to have like a spring semester. Portal, which kind of also lines up with that your semester's wrapping.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like it's obviously is what everybody's talked about for college football a lot, but yeah, I just like I don't.
No, I don't want to talk. I want to relate this to college football.
I know, but I'm just saying I'm curious to see how it translates. Like I'm sure it's going to be great for basketball. I just don't know. Like even if it works really well, like that's still the problem with football. Is it starts?
Yeah, no, that is another
academic
thing.
stuff.
I just think they're going to have to fix something here. Like I eventually the NCAA is going to have to admit, all right, if you're getting paid 8 figures, you're probably not going to class, and we probably don't need to worry about this class schedule. They're I don't know when they'll admit that. We may be another 10 years away from them
Yeah, it's
admitting
not
that.
happening. Academics still is the point of.
That's how like the NCAA claims their power.
Coaches don't really believe that.
We know
fully,
coaches
but
don't give a flying shit. If anything, coaches are like, you just mispractice to study your bench now. So yeah. But this
I don't know.
sport,
We'll
it's
see. But
off the
it
rails.
is generally like there's a very big step for college sports in general. And like for football and the fairness for the football side of it, like obviously that's what everybody wants to see. There needs to be a lot of changes to the transfer portal in general. This is just one of them. And we'll see how it works for basketball. And maybe there's some way that we can make it work for the college football, side of it. But unless you like delay semesters, I really don't know if it happens anytime soon. So yeah, but with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Everett Station at Waterboy Grant. We post episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe, turn notifications, don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there. And with that, see you guys next episode. Waterboys out.